Welcome back to Small Circles. I'm your host, Mark Small, with 3 new moves in Yang Family Tai Chi Chuan. I remind us we've been turning directions, standing one-legged, and we're going to review principles in these last 2 lessons. Next week is our last lesson together, so let's look at this near finishing move sequence. Fair Lady work shuttles into turning to our left side. We begin from last week, where we left off last week. From this position, we're going to advance forward, ward off left, ward off right, repeat movements, and pull back, press forward, and push, repeating into single whip. Repeating, white snake creeps down. The new movements, step up, form 7 stars. Retreat to ride a tiger. So we're going to be opening our arms wider than stork spreads its wings. Stork spreads its wings here. Ride a tiger, even bigger. Bigger animal, bigger tiger to ride. So the movements preceding were from this kicking position. Here we are kicking with sole, 90 degrees left side, punch downward. Review last week's lesson 10, punch downward, plane across, hands, and ward off left, and ward off right. To pull back, press forward, and push. Into single whip, 90 degrees left side. From here, Fair Lady work shuttles, 4 corners. Stepping, front corner, 1. Turning, 270 degrees. Big reaching with a foot, reach with a hand. Front corner, 2. And then hit the back corners, 3. And turning, repeat movements, 270 degrees. Big reaching, reach with a foot, reach with a hand. 4 corners, advancing. Today's lesson, repeat ward off, left side, and bringing the ball way over to the left in order to step with the right foot, ward off right side. Pull back, press forward, and push. Into single whip, 90 degrees left side. Single whip, drop the left hand, drawing the right slightly, half bow stance on toe, cross step, step through to sit stance, and press into bow stance 1. Carry the ball, right hand lower under the left elbow, toes in 180, turn, use the toes, and think of the vertical plane, reach with a foot, reach with a hand in order to Fair Lady work shuttles 2. I'm going to carry the lower hand, bottom part of the ball, turn out my front toe, carry the ball, and step to the back corners. 3, Fair Lady, lift the thread, shoot the shuttle. And repeat movement, 270 degrees, toes in as far as you can purchase. Use the toes, step. Shoot the shuttle, 4. 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 corners, or Fair Lady works the shuttles. I remind you of the vertical plane. When I'm moving my pendulum on this vertical axis, think about spinning the ball that you are, Tai Chi ball, and establishing this vertical line. I'm going to turn, particularly here where you reach. When I reach with my foot, I want to reach on the vertical diagonal with my hand here. Reach with my foot, reach with my hand. Even though we're turning laterally, think about the vertical reach. Same thing here. Step, vertical reach. Coming back, this vertical angle, and this vertical reach for the last Fair Lady. So let's try it again, thinking of the vertical plane, keeping this very horizontal turning move. Today's lesson, turn the back toe out, reviewing, white snake creeps down, and step up to form 7 stars. I curl my fist under hip level high, turn out the front toe, and step up, crossing right hand underneath the right, cross hands. Let's look at this last movement just from single whip. White snake creeps down. Step up to form 7 stars. Keep the left hand low, curl the right hand. Shallow, hollow fists. Half bow stance on toe, 90 degrees. Left side. So again, the new movements. After this long series near the end of the form in review, white snake creeps down. Step up to form 7 stars. So we want to think about suspending our elbows, keeping the arms in extension, and keeping the body low. Some forms of Tai Chi Chuan, 7 stars up here. This form, this style, the hands are low. And if my hand is low, coming out of white snake creeps down here, this forward hand will help pull me forward. No problem. I don't want to come up and reach too high to get upwards. I want to stay low with the left hand. From white snake creeps down. Hip level high, curl, toes in, toes out, yin-yang feet, 7 stars. Now my wrists are crossing each other and staying in what's called a fair maiden's wrist. That is, I don't want to flex my wrist too much. I want this to be straight in line with the forearm. So when I curl, I want to keep this fair maiden wrist as I come under to screw or spiral the fist forward. Crossing fists. Let's look at how this movement sequence fits in with the preceding. One more time. From this, kick with sole, 90 degrees left side, brush knee and twist step, punch downward, plane across hands, to ward off left side, all this repeat movement, toes in, toes out, carry the ball way to the left, hard left, hard left, hard left to step right. Then I can turn, warding off right side, pull back, press forward, and push. Into single whip, 90 degrees left side. And pendulum on the vertical, Fair Lady work shuttles, pendulum arm up, sit stance to bow stance. Think of the vertical angle. Think of holding the ball, toes in, get as much purchase as you can. Use the toes, 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 and step and reach. 4 corners, that's 2. Toes out, carry the ball. Step, vertical, spinning. Lower hand is on the lower part of the ball, the upper hand's on the upper. I'm going to reach on the vertical diagonal, 4 corners. Advancing, toes out, step, and ward off left side, back toes in, front toes out, carry the ball hard left to step right, warding off right side. Pull back. Press forward. And push into single whip, 90 degrees, left side. And white snake creeps down. Step up to form 7 stars. Back toes in, front toes out. Spiraling arms. Again, white snake creeps down. Step up to form 7 stars. Coil the fist, keep the hands out in front, and establish 2 points in the feet, 2 points mid-body, 2 points in the arms, head top. So we have 6 points. 6 points. Liu He, the Chinese say. 2 ankles, 2 hips, 2 shoulders, 2 wrists. I'm thinking of these 6 major joints of the body: ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, wrists. And on both sides of the body, I link all of these, Liu He, together, and adding the head top, 7 stars. Step up to form 7 stars. From white snake creeps down. And curl the back hand, stay forward. From here, open the palms upward, stepping back with the right foot into the front leg, push back to retreat, ride a tiger. Now, much like stork spreads its wings, I'm going to push the foot out and the hands out, but it's bigger, wider with the arms for ride a tiger. We need to have this extension because we're going to use our arms in next week for turning. So think about how we extend the arms, shifting backward from 7 stars. Now I step backward. Now I shift backward after turning the palms up, pushing back with the front leg, opening and reset, hands on arms. I'd rather have my inclined torso forward than be back. Can't turn around with my arms back. I have to have myself forward. So flex at the hips and keep yourself rounded in this series of movements. Remember, we are repeating a number of ward off left, ward off right. So every time I step, I'm going to bring in my back toes, turn out my front toes. I'm going to step into my sit stance, all the weights back. Then shift forward, pulling in the back toe, turning out the front toe, and so on to use this yin-yang feet. Yin-yang feet. Let's go again and review. From kick with sole, stepping, punching downward, pulling in the back toes. The feet don't move. We're playing across hands. Ward off left. Now the back toes come in, the front toes go out. Carry the ball hard right to ward off right side. Pulling in the back toes. The feet don't move. Through pull back, press forward and push. And turning into single whip. Again, after stepping, pull in the back toes. Pendulum arm, big turning of the toes. 0 degree alignment, cross step. And as I step into sit stance, now bow stance, pull in the back toe. Pull in the front toes, big time, turning so that I can step all the way around, pulling in the back toes, a big turning. Turn out the front toes, step to 45, pull in the back toes, and toes to 0 degrees, as much purchase as you can get. During knock-kneed, use the toes, step, pulling in the back toes. Fair Lady work shuttles. Into, turn out the front toes, step and ward off left side, back toes in, front toes out, stepping, back toes in, and again repeating. Movements, pull back, press forward, and push. Into single whip. Left side, pulling in the back toes. Opening the back toes for white snake creeps down. Back toes in, front toes out, step up to form 7 stars. Pull the front toes in, ride a tiger. So use the feet on the floor. Use the floor, oftentimes I describe it as scraping peanut butter off on the side of the jar, using your heel and your toe to get full purchase on the floor. That way my stance is wide enough and long enough and deep enough to facilitate this wide, large frame Tai Chi Chuan. Remember, Yan Chapo is a big man. His energetics were large. He opened the joints wide and let the larger stepping work for him. He was such a big man. Also, it's a medium frame extension. We're only reaching what's comfortable in this medium extension. That is, the lower I reach down into my leg, the farther out I can reach the step. The more I stay up in my stanchion leg, the less extension I have in stepping out. So think about sinking lower, wider, and longer in your practice. Slowly, gravity will pull you down in this practice of Taiji. The two movements for today that are new are 7 stars. From the front, they look like this. When I retreat, I'm going to open and push out, 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 my foot and my hands. So the sense of a large frame is very real through the, feeling this in the hips and shoulder joints in particular. Let's look again at how we do these movements in review. Just these new movements: step up to form 7 stars, retreat to ride a tiger. When we play 7 stars, you should feel that your arms are heavy. Feel the weight of your bones from single whip to white snake creeps down. Then keep the arms down and heavy so that I can step up 7 stars. I'm pressing forward, pressing, inclining. Then I can leave my hands palm face up, pressing downward. In order to open, stork spreads its wings. So try to feel the weight of your bones in this practice. Retreat to ride a tiger is a setup for a turn. So next week, we're going to be looking at how this movement of pendulum arms and leg will allow us to turn around completely. You can practice this at home. Stand on one leg and push off with the front leg, but use your arms to turn, and you have this pendulum effect, closing the dantian in order to turn. For next week's lesson, this turnaround posture. Remember, we're standing one-legged, so we want to think about dropping the sacrum to the heel. When we turn, we're auguring downward. I'm not coming up to turn. I want to go down into my leg to keep the stability of the sacrum attached to the heel. So if we add this turn in anticipation of next week, from 7 stars, retreat, ride a tiger, and turn around. Good. You want to think about using the extension, upper body and lower body separation. You want to think about aligning your directionality correctly each time. So remember your directionality, remember these key principles in practice, and keep practicing. We'll see you next week on Small Circle.